I think we need to talk.
About what?
Today we're talking about how do you know when you're ready for a relationship?
How do you know if you are ready for a relationship?
Yes. Okay, I have a game. I have a game.
This seems like timeout time. That's what it sounds like.
Okay. You might want to put your tea down. I don't know. So, we're going to answer the question because I don't think we've ever actually asked each other this before. We're going to write down our responses.
Response. Okay.
When you met me, when I met you, did you know that you were ready for a relationship? When we met.
Ready for a relationship.
Yes, okay. So write down your answer.
Ready now for a relationship.
Write it down.
Oh,
don't let me see it. Don't let them see it either.
Okay, all right.
Oh, no. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go. One, two,
three.
Wow.
Ready.
Wow.
I'm surprised that you knew. I thought you were gonna say no.
Wow. Let that sink in, guys. Let that sink in for the rest of these episodes. The rest of the season. The guy over here would rather throw the towel in. And she was already running away.
It's not even what you think. It's not what you think.
Wow. We need to talk about that.
Wait.
Yeah, let's rewind and let's talk about what the topic of today. So explain to me. Oh.
Wait, did I just get myself in trouble?
I don't know. Because I thought I was gonna be in the doghouse. But it sounds like
I thought you were gonna say no. Okay. Alright.
So did you say no because you thought I was gonna say no?
No, I said no because I didn't know.
Oh, okay.
You were a beautiful surprise.
Okay. I was a beautiful surprise that she thought was gonna she thought that she wasn't ready for it. Got it.
I didn't know that. Okay, that's not what I meant. Okay, so how do you know? Like, what are some ways to know when you're ready for a relationship?
How to know when you're in a relationship? Ready for a relationship? That's a question that I think we all want to know, and for me, I don't think you ever know. I don't think you per se know that you're ready for a relationship. I think you know that it's time to possibly start looking and be in one. And so, yeah, for me, I think it's knowing the timing of your life and knowing kind of, does a relationship now fit into it? The relationship now fit into my timeline, you know, being in school, you know, and doing other things, getting my master's, like at one point it wasn't my time. So anytime I was going out or if I was dating someone or talking to someone, I truly believe it didn't really fit and didn't work out because my timeline didn't sync with my ability to even attract possibly the right person, you know, because, you know, you have to really figure out, am I focused, you know, in a relationship, you know, because it's a 9 to 5. You are a 9 to 5.
I'm work?
You're work.
What?
But work that I have pleasure in putting the time in, because the payout isn't financial. It's mental, spiritual, you know, and emotional. And so you gotta know that the timing is right for you and that you're willing to actually see this as, you know, if you want to call it a career or job, you know, it kind of is, you know, and you got to be okay with that.
Okay, so for what I'm hearing is for you, it's a lot of like timing.
How about you?
Well, is there anything else within yourself that like that you need to know more than timing, or no?
So I think you need to know about yourself and what you really want, you know, who you really attract, you know. I think we get mixed up with like the people that we attract, are they the people that we need or want?
Right.
So I think a lot of people get sidetracked of like, they attract this type of person, so that must obviously be what I need and that's what I want. And so I think that was also a part. And so I had to figure out, what do I really want in a relationship? You know, 'cause maybe the people I was talking to, maybe I was attracting them, but were they, like I said, spiritually, emotionally, you know, physically, like giving me all the relationship type vibes that we should be having? And so I think that was a big part of it. And so yeah, that tidbit was good.
I'm not evading the question. I'm just really interested in what you're saying.
Let's bring that card back out.
I
said no. Did you see the fact that she said no, but put squiggly lines under it? Like that's a way of italicizing it. Like no.
I put this squiggly question because I didn't want you to know. I just like wrote 2 words. I didn't want it to be like super obvious. Like no. I thought it was just like a yes or no. Anyways. My last question, and then we'll get to me.
Yes, yeah. Just sip on this a little bit.
What do you have in that cup, by the way?
Hey,
What's in there?
You made it. You let me know.
Okay, kind of 2 short questions.
2 short questions. Get to them.
Do
Dr. Phil.
You're gonna make me forget what I was gonna ask. Okay, do you believe, because a lot of people say, well, you attract what you are. A, do you believe that? And do you believe in the law of attraction? Kind of the same question in a different way.
Do you attract what you are?
Yeah, people say you attract what you are.
So, yes and no. I say yes, you attract what you are, because you're going to attract out what you physically are putting out. And so, now I'm not saying that's not who you are, you know, because who you are is actually down deep. You know, who you are is kind of like a more, to me, more spiritual realm of who you really are on that level. But you might physically be putting out some, you know, I don't know if I can say this word, whole type vibes, you know.
What?
Yeah, I'm just saying. I said, or you know,
family
like
friendly,
sorry. We'll bleep that out. So putting out, you know, want to be in the streets type vibe.
Okay, and does that go for men and women?
Yeah. So I
okay.
said, so like, you know, as a guy,
clear.
putting out
Yeah.
pimp type vibes, you know. So
This dude.
so I'm just saying. I think, you know, when we put out certain aspects of ourselves that aren't truly ourselves, you're gonna retract back what you that you want to put out. You know, so like for me, when I hear a lot of like my friends and they're saying, like, I always get the thugs, you know, like all the thugs, you know, are always attracted to me. And so I asked them, like, you know, like, where are they attracted about, you know, when they see you? Where are you? Where are you when they see you? You know, like, what environment are you putting yourself in? And that can manipulate your mind to think that, oh, that's all I need in my life. That's all I'm going to get in my life. And so then it gets you, like, you know, someone that's good comes and it's like, that's not me.
Yeah.
You know, like, you came from, what, the library? Oh, what were you reading? James Baldwin. Oh, like, you know, like it is funny because, like I said, your mind manipulates itself to say that this is what, not what I want, but what I need in my life. And so yeah, I think, you know, in that realm, yes, you do attract it. But when it comes to the laws of attraction, you know, you always say what, you know, positive and negatives come together. You think of like molecules, you know, electrons and the protons, you know. And I think that is a very metaphoric way of saying that I think we need truly someone in our life that is not a mirror image of myself. And so So law of the attraction to me is saying that I need someone that is literally not myself, but see myself better than myself and can actually produce a better part of myself to come out, you know? And so that's hard to figure that out, though.
That
Right?
sounds dope.
Yeah, it's dope, but it's hard, you know? It's hard to know that, like, you have what I need, you know, when you might be different than me.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that's like, you know, putting a cat and dog together and saying, like, hey, breed. You know, y'all are totally different people, you know, like totally different species. It's not supposed to happen, you know, but if they took the time, learn each other, I'm not putting that dog and cat should go together. But I'm just saying, we can't physically see that realm of the fact that they can bring that attraction out of us. But yeah, I think positives and negatives do go together. I think if we just take some time and really figure it out, you know, not try to speed up the process. That's what a lot of times we do.
Yeah.
We can really dive deep and find that person and bring them out. But because I'm so ready, let's really figure out why this beautiful human of a woman that I'm so attracted to, that I thought we were together.
What? What do you mean?
You know, I want to know why you thought you were not ready for a relationship, but they went on like a date and things like that. Like, so what was the reason?
I don't like the side eye and the squint that you're giving me right now.
No, I'm kidding. No, but really, like, what? First of all, I will add my other tidbits to it. But why do you say you weren't ready for a relationship?
Okay. Can I backtrack a little bit?
You can do a bit.
You are like, because the first thing for you was like timeline and like having everything in order. I'm not that type of a person. I'm a feeler, and I'm just the type of person where I'm like, I'll know it when I feel it. And so like up until meeting you, before there was one point where I did feel like, okay, I'm ready for a relationship. And then the reason why I said no is because I had dated a couple of guys before you, and they told me you're not ready for a relationship. And so I feel like that kind of impacted my confidence. So it was just like, okay, well, why aren't I ready? So maybe I'm not. So that put my confidence in my readiness kind of off. And it was just like, why can't I like these guys? Like, they seem to be like, you know, good.
Yeah.
But then when I met you, then I was like, I'm ready. So for me, it was more about the person, right? So it was like when for me, I feel like
so you don't know you're ready until
I meet that person. And I feel like even if I were to meet that person at an inconvenient time, I would still be able to make it work. Because for me, it's just like having your person and like figuring it out. Yeah. Rather than like a list of things or a formula. So yeah.
So then I asked, how do you even get to the point, if people keep on telling you that you're not ready for a relationship, how do you even get to the point of like going on that date with that next person?
Right. So for
like me, like how did...
Well, like, I mean, even though I didn't know and believe fully that I was ready, I wanted to be ready for a relationship. So, and I wouldn't, go on dates with anyone who I couldn't like potentially see like that potential that like this could be the person. So I would always like be relationship minded, definitely. But yeah, so I was just kind of in a place of like wanting to be ready for a relationship, but also just like wanting to enjoy my life, So it's like, yeah, like
you want to party?
No, not necessarily party, but like you want to like make connections with people, and like being okay with like, okay, is this person gonna be a friend? Are we gonna have maybe like business, like just getting to know people, even if it didn't end in relationship, and being okay with that, but wanting to like live my life, enjoy my life, and hoping, like everyone, like wanting to make sure that there were like being like looking for those ingredients, and if they were there, cool. If they weren't, even,
Come on. Okay. Now, Now the fact that what are kind of like, you know, a tidbit of kind of like what you told me or asked me the question. Once you're in the relationship, how do you know then it's right?
How do you know it's right?
Yeah, like how do you know then it was like right? Because like, you know, people keep on telling you. So like I said, it's mental to me. Everything is mental. If people keep on saying that you're not ready, you know, no matter what you put your situation in, you're gonna tell yourself you're not ready.
Yeah.
Even when the person's right for you.
Yeah.
And so, what made you realize then, like, okay, this is right? You know, in anything. So like, it don't have to be just me, but like how do you break yourself away from all that mentality?
It's so hard to like I said, I'm like, you're like a thinker, I'm a feeler. So it's just like, for me, you just have to feel it and you know that it's right. Even for example, like one of the main things that stuck out to me about you is, okay, y'all, so we had like a we had an open mic night. This is like
we did
3 weeks into me knowing him.
Mm-hmm.
And I wrote this like,
oh god,
I wrote like a 6-7 minute love poem talking about all of the wonderful things about him, right? And what we're gonna
have a little clip in that somewhere.
The way you hold space, not just for me, but all of me, my thoughts, feelings, my fire, desires. I know it can be a lot, so sometimes I shrink back and you'd be like, no, go off, sis!
Right, yeah.
What manner of man is this? This is like 3 weeks into knowing this man. And so I wrote this, I didn't know it was a love poem at the time, but I just wrote this love poem and I performed it in front of like my friends, my neighbors.
Everybody.
I performed it not in front of you.
Mike, I didn't even know what the poem was about. And mind you, I'm filming it. So like I was there to do like a film study, you know, over this open mic. And so as she's performing, I'm like, people in the crowd like, yes, honey, whoever that is.
So
yes.
listen, so after I wrote and performed this poem and I like told my friends about it, my friends were like, sis, you didn't tell me you were in love. I was like, oh, I'm not, like just going on about my day. I'm not, it was just a thing. And then when I sat and I thought about it, the fact that I felt all those things, that I wrote it out, and that I felt comfortable enough, and clearly you made me feel comfortable enough to have such an open expression in front of you. Like that's major. I was like, that's a huge deal. Like huge. 3 weeks in. So there's that happened. And I think just like my willingness and my wanting to just like easily just like say yes and be like, yeah, this is it. Don't start feeling yourself.
Let that zoom in real quick.
Don't start feeling yourself.
Yeah. The funny part of all that is I'm a very, you know, seclusive person. So like I like being in the spotlight in a sense, but like when you start talking about me, you know, that's when I get a little shy. So like when she started speaking on it, I'm literally crawling in a ball, like in my corner. Like I'm videotaping, so I gotta be like present. I'm crawling in a little ball.
Let me say, ladies, don't try this at home, then, right?
No,
don't try it at home.
Well, no, I'm not done yet. So I'm like rolling in a ball, right? You know, like not really cringing, but like, oh my god, this is happening. But like in my heart, I'm like, ooh, there's a little guy in there that's like doing this. He's clapping. He's like. Very silently. He's literally in there silently. Yes, you're happy, sir. Good for you. You've done right. So I was like,
done good. Well done, good and faithful servant.
So it's like I was happy, but you know, it was weird. So like I would say, when it comes to like when I say negatives and positives, when you said like you're a thinker, you know,
no, I'm a filler.
Filler, and I'm a thinker. You know, it's two things coming together that are like left brain, right brain,
right? And
it makes the perfect matrimony. You know, it's like, you know, so I truly believe in that. You know, and that kind of confesses to that. You know, in a sense, and you know, it's made us to what we are right now.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I wrote this poem.
So I think when it comes to like all these, you know, aspects of like how we knew we were in a relationship, you know,
Ready for a
relationship, was the fact that, you know, one thing for me is communication, huge for me. And I think we communicated very well from the very get-go.
Yeah.
I think we'll have a talk about COVID lovers, something like that. Maybe not. I don't want to go too deep into it, but you know, basically, you know, like we were in a time frame where you couldn't do anything besides talk to each other.
True. Yeah.
So,
we had to talk.
so like, I probably would know I didn't like her in the first hour. I probably would have been like, our conversations are terrible. You know, this is probably done.
No one can have a terrible conversation with me.
Wow. I will find someone.
I will find someone
that will definitely deny that claim. But our conversations were very well. Communication in the sense of like telling our feelings, how we feel, and not shying away from the fact that, you know, it's the key part of like keeping us together. And so communication is big. And I said like timing is huge.
I'm ready for you anytime. If you would have came at any time, I would have been ready for you.
Anytime? Like that other guy that you were talking about, you know?
He wasn't the one. He wasn't the one.
So I just came out of nowhere and said, yo, I'm the future Zerin. I'm future boo. I'm future boo. I'm letting you know, like, have a good time here.
The time, I would have made it work.
You would have made it work. Well.
So if I would have came to you at a horrible time, you wouldn't have made it work.
So that's the power.
Wow.
That's the power of God putting people in your life when you need it the most. And so you were in my life at a very crucial moment, you know, and I was going through a lot, depression. We'll talk about that sometime. And it was like I didn't realize what I needed in my life until like you were there and you were comforting and like, you know, peace of mind, spiritual, emotional. And I would not have found that out if you were there a year ago, you know, when I wasn't going through that, you know, roller coaster. And so like, I'm a true believer. I think things happen when it needs to happen. You know, yeah, you might have came a year later, maybe you would have came a year before it didn't work out, then maybe you would have came back the next year, it would have worked out. Like, I don't know, you know, but as we all know, you know, if you're a person of spiritual being, of beliefs, you know, the process is already told before we even get to it. And so, like I said, I think my process was already told, and this was how it needs to be. And so yeah, you know, I think it was like great timing, you know, and I think you gotta be okay with that timing and really stick to your guns of like, this is what I need in my life, and I'm not gonna satisfy it. I'm not going to settle for anything less. And so, yeah, that's kind of like.
Okay.
I got some on me.
Yeah. And I think the last thing I'll say as far as knowing when you're ready for a relationship is just doing that work within yourself of just like getting to know yourself, who you are, and like enjoying that process of getting to know yourself. And even like having fun, like with meeting people, because when you meet people, you're able to know, okay, like this, don't like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't feel like dating always has to be like such a serious thing. Like in fun, where you're like finding out about yourself and finding out about people. Are you about to correct me?
No. You're correct. I'm sorry. I was trying to process. You know, because I like what you said. You know how like it should be fun. You know, and it should be something that, you know, you don't take serious, just, you know, go and do it. But there's
serious, but not
serious.
serious.
Yeah. Don't be out there using people, just get a free date, right? That's why I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to say. Don't be using for free dates out here, okay? We don't like that. We don't like that.
He's still getting over some things. Babe, put your finger down.
I'm sending invoices out there. Get some of my money back. Don't play. And my time.
He's not playing.
Reclaiming my time. Reclaim my time, please. But no, babe, that's perfect.
What were you about to say? Sorry, did I interrupt?
No. I said exactly what I need to say. So yeah, I mean, That's perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
Well.
I just want to say you. Never mind. I won't say it.
No, say it. Definitely say it. I mean, after that last stunt of saying Tina no, I don't even know what I'm thinking.
Well, then maybe I shouldn't say it then, because it's. I won't say it.
I'm not gonna say it.
I'm not gonna.
We need to talk.
We need to talk. Off camera.
Yeah.